well, what are we doing? I'm showing you guys how to do your makeup without foundation. I'm also going to be talking about what's been happening recently. So now into the real deal. There was one day Giselle, Onye, Uche and I were like doing a photo shoot at home. So as usual, we didn't have enough time, and I don't know whose fault that was, but they will know and they will remember. And we didn't have enough time, right? And I was like, okay, there's no way I'm doing foundation, all of that. I just need to do something quick. And I first saw this on Eva's channel, Eva Apio, the model, and she just uses like concealer. Because I was wondering, her makeup looks so natural like every time she does it, so I wondered why. And then I saw how she did her makeup and I was like, okay, let me just try it. And that's how I did it without foundation. Yeah, that was how I figured it out. It wasn't entirely from my doing. I watched Eva's channel and I saw not everyone likes the feel of foundation. Like it makes the makeup heavy, or like it makes it feel heavy. I remember using MAC in like 2016. I remember how heavy my makeup was because of the foundation. What else do I want to say? Oh, if you have oily skin like me, I'll recommend you using products that don't have oil in them. Like they're not made with oil, it's just water, because it can clog your pores and you just look more oily than you already are. So why would you do that? What I would have done, instead of using primer, I would set like my oily areas with a translucent powder, like a setting powder. And I'll just say what I would have done. I'll put it here. I don't feel like doing it like all over because I'm really not going anywhere. I don't need this to last, but I'll put it here and here as well. Okay, but yeah, I would have done it in my forehead here. Yeah. Okay, I forgot my mirror. Now we can get going. For the sake of this video, I don't know whether to use the new concealer I just got or like the concealer I usually use. Things fall apart. I use NARS's Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Amande Medium Dark 3. So we're actually going to compare and contrast every time. This is what I use on the regs, and this is Fenty's. So they look the same. Oh yeah. Let's have it. All right, so what you want to do is put your concealer under your eye first. Oh my god, this feels, put it here, and then just a little forehead, maybe, and then the chin. I don't have dark spots to conceal, otherwise I would have done that first with MAC's concealer because it's closer to my shade. Like I feel like this is not really my shade as you're seeing it. It's just I just look like this because of the sun. Please don't be deceived. This is kind of my actual shade. You can see it's way darker. So yeah, and this is MAC's Studio Finish concealer. I haven't used it in so long, and it has SPF 35. But anyway, we move. I really hope this is not, I'll just use this. I really hope this is not a fail. So yeah, what you want to do is just blend that out. One more. Yeah, I'm also not wearing foundation today because I just didn't feel like it, and I wanted to show you guys what you do when you don't feel like it. Real talk. Alright, so you're just gonna want to blend that out. It actually feels quite good, like the concealer. I don't know how to explain it, but it's making sense. All right, and then go blend it. Believe in me, guys. I'm not worried. Don't worry. It also makes sense. Hey, I hope. I'll also put it here. Put some of that here so I can set it. As you can see, this is not really my shade. It's meant for like brightening my under eye when I do a full face. So yeah, just in case you're confused, if you have a concealer that is your actual shade, you can use it to do this as well. It really doesn't matter, trust me. The concealer is making sense. Like, it's so creamy. Like, they didn't lie. Let me see if it's part of the description. Did they mean for it to be creamy? No, they didn't mention creamy concealer, but like, if anything, it's more creamy than NARS's Radiant Creamy Concealer that they claim for it to be. Like, most people don't like it because it's actually dry. NARS's concealer, I don't know, and they want it to be creamy. Cha, my mind. Yes, talent. Okay, and then what you want to do is grab your setting powder, and like I said, I'm using Fenty Beauty's shade in Honey. And what you want to do is set it. Yeah. I'm gonna set your under eye. And just set it everywhere you put your concealer. So I put it here. My little pimple. My skin has been looking good, sha. Like, I'm PMSing and I didn't break out as much. So thank God for that. I hope it stays that way. And just set the other part. Just set my chin because I put powder there as well, and then I would set my forehead. No, I wouldn't do that. I'll just set it with powder. All right, and then what you want to do next is grab your face powder. I use MAC's Skinfinish Natural, Mineralize Skinfinish in Natural, but it's in the color Dark Deep, and I use this shade. That's my makeup tutorial. Shade baddest. All right, so you do that. All right, and I'll just like rub it everywhere while brushing away the setting powder that I put there. And then I just use this instead to set my head, because I don't know, if using the setting powder, I don't know what type of look that would have created, and I don't have time for trial and error. So you can kind of see the difference between what it will look like when you have foundation on, and what it does look like now that I don't. So yeah, sha. Put the powder everywhere and like set it. Okay, so I'm also going to use this small brush to get the creases. All right, and next I'm going to do my eyebrows. Mama, it's looking like it's about to rain now. I don't know. I use Covergirl's brow in soft brown shade 710, and it has like the crayon and the spoolie. I think once upon a time it kind of broke, so it tends to remove every once in a while, but it's really convenient anyways. I'm just going to be talking about like the recent events that's happened ever since. In terms of Black Lives Matter, the movement, the response, it's been very heartbreaking to say the least. That period was mentally draining, you guys. Oh my god. I'll be torn between staying silent because of how traumatizing it is, or talking about the issue to raise awareness. Like, I was so stuck in between the two, like which one should I do, Lord? Because definitely when it first started to happen, I couldn't stay silent. Possible, because you also want to try to raise awareness so other people can see what's going on. Like, these are real lives that are being affected. You get, like, how do you stay silent on something like that, right? And then other times it's like, okay, this is too much to handle, so I just won't say anything at all. But then you start to feel guilty for even doing that. So like, what is the middle line here, man? So there was that. There was also the double standard, like when it's time to advocate for Black women, it's crickets. Like, it was so disheartening, because you know, we mainly hear about the lives of Black men being taken, and we don't hear about the lives of Black women being taken, because when it happens, like, people don't, I won't say people don't raise awareness, because people actually do, but it's like the difference is very loud. Like, you can see it, you can almost see it, you know. And it's not only the lives of Black women being taken from police brutality, it's also like the issue of rape, especially rape in Nigeria. It is so rampant. I really hope this doesn't cause, like, even if it does, I'm speaking my truth. Don't beat me my ass. Anyways, you don't really see people talking about it the same way, like sharing, you know, posts of when it happens, compared to how people share the posts of Black men being murdered by the police. Do you get? And then I started to wonder why, and it's actually deeply rooted in history, you know. The response of violence against Black women compared to the response of violence against Black men, it's actually rooted in history. When they said do some readings, you know, so you can get more educated, they were not lying. You really start to understand why they were not lying at all. And I started doing some reading with Bell Hooks. Her book Ain't I a Woman, she actually wrote this when she was an undergraduate. I don't really know much about her yet, but I know she's an activist. You know, she advocates for black women rights. I'm just using Fenty's 410 to clean up my brows. And yeah, what I'm trying to say, like, it was so unfair. It really was. And I did a lot of unfollowing during this period because I can't stand negative vibes. I don't like negative energy at all. Like, you see what's going on, but not even like a single repost. What was the reason? Yeah, you're just like, what is the reason? Like, why don't you talk about these things? What was the problem? What's going on? Like, black women are also being killed, and we now started to see the rise of the phrase, you know, all Black Lives Matter, because it starts to seem like it's only one group of black lives that people care about, which is black men. And it's like, it shouldn't be that way. If Black Lives Matter, this should also include transgender women, you know, queer people. Hopefully I'm using the right terminology. I'm so sorry if I'm not, please correct me. Queer lives should also matter, trans lives should also matter, children's lives should also matter. Children that are being raped, you guys, in Nigeria, they also matter. So this was what I wasn't getting. And then I read Bell Hooks's book, or I'm actually reading it right now. I've not finished, and I'm on page 3. You guys, what I've learned so far is astonishing. Just on page 3. As a black woman, I love black women, man. Like, I don't think we should ever be silent about how we are treated or like what's happening to us, because this is the only way we can enforce change, so other people can take notes. Do you get, like, I don't think we should ever be silent. We should speak up on things that affect us. You guys, I'm really trying my best. As usual, we should always pick up on things that affect us. And I feel like, you know, we are conditioned to be silenced. I'm coming back on that. Actually, it was in the reading as well. We're so conditioned to be silent on issues that affect us and our being. I was very proud also to see more black women speaking up and addressing these issues, the issues that I've mentioned, you know. And yeah, some black men were also speaking up about it, which is great. But it's like, I just urge more people to speak up for all black lives. Like, you cannot just choose one and call it a day. Choose one group of black lives and then say, okay, that's enough activism for today. Like, what is that? What is that? It's not fair, man. And if you do it, you know what you're doing. Or you might not know, but now you know. That's also great. That's also good for you. Okay, I've done my brows. The hardest part of all. I'll tell you what I read. And in chapter 1, Bell Hooks mentioned, our silence was not merely a reaction against white women liberationists or a gesture of solidarity with black male patriarchs. It was the silence of the oppressed. So black women obviously are oppressed. Contemporary black women could not join together to fight for women's rights because we did not see womanhood as an important aspect of our identity. We did not see womanhood as an important aspect of our identity because racist, sexist socialization had conditioned us to devalue our femaleness and to regard race as the only relevant label of identification. We were conditioned to stay silent from time, you guys, because when you see like first wave of feminism, you only see like, I remember this was taught to me in my women's studies class, like the feminist movement, we'll only see like white women being the face of it, and then I didn't really, looking back, I didn't really see like black women in the picture. So I'm like, I wonder why I never thought, you know, about that. They also did not teach us. Anyways, so women's movement raised the issue of sexist oppression. We argued, that is black women, that sexism was insignificant in light of the harsher, more brutal reality of racism. We were afraid to acknowledge that sexism could just be as oppressive as racism. We clung to the hope that liberation from racial oppression would be all that was necessary for us to be free. And please don't blame us for thinking like this. It's just because this was what was conditioned to us to be normal, like at the time. So then I read on, and bell hooks mentioned, unlike us, black women in the 19th century of America, so it was only till the 19th century that these black women participated in both the struggle for racial equality and the women's rights movement. When the question was raised as to whether or not black female participation in the women's rights movement was a detriment to the struggle for racial equality, they argued that any improvement in the social status of black women would benefit all black people. So thanks to these women such as Anna Cooper, as mentioned in the book, we then started to fight against sexism, you know, oppression, as well as fighting against racism on the side. So it was only until the 19th century, you guys, that we started to realize that, okay, our feelings also matter. Do you get, like? And then I started to make the connection, like, we're still kind of fighting for that even till now. We're also fighting for black women. I'm going to see, I've forgotten. I'm going to set my eye concealer thingy. I'm just gonna blend that out. I'm going to set it with my Mineralize Skinfinish powder, my face powder, just because it was only then that we started to see that, okay, we should actually fight for other things apart from racial injustice, because these things would also oppress us in the long run. And unfortunately, it's still oppressing us. I'm still going to read more. Black men also had a play on why we saw our rights of, you know, not worthy enough of fighting alongside racial injustice. So I'll do more reading and I'll get back to you on that. But anyways, I'm just like, y'all, please protect black women. Like, at this point, that's all I'll say every time. Let me finish my face and then I'll do my lip later. I'm going to use Max Blush in Raizin on my cheeks, just cause. Oh man. And I'm going to actually try Fenty's bronzer in Mocha Mami and see what it's saying. Very, very nice. I'm gonna try it at the high point of my face to warm it up. Oh my god. You guys, it's looking mad though. It's looking mad though. And now I'm like, is it the same color as my blush? Have I played myself? Remove. I think I've played myself. Are you telling me I could have used my blush as a bronzer? because I swear it looks like the same shade. Let's just pretend I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna bronze there. I'm also going to do the edge of my nose. I'm bronzing that area as well. Moving forward, I don't really know how else to close up that conversation. It's just like, you know, that's what's happening. Take note of it and use it to become better. Okay, I need to blend that a lot more. Is there anything else I also want to say? I don't know. Oh, Moj baby. Moj, shout out to you, man. That video that you made was needed. She mentioned, you know, she spoke about these things in great detail. I'll actually link the video just so y'all can watch as well. And she spoke about all what I've said in great detail. Like, why is it that you're so selective of which Black lives matter? Like, why don't you advocate for other groups in the community? When we see rape cases, why do you blame the victim, or like ask for evidence like before even believing the victim? Like, how can anyone even say that? Anyways, God help us. And she also urged for Black women to speak up about these issues, lives of Black men being taken. Like, not only speak up then, but also speak up when we see issues affecting us, because we really only have each other, as we've seen, and it's the truth. We really only have each other, and if you don't want to be disappointed, speak up for Black women as well. Honestly, that's all I can say, because it is what it is. I don't think the blush is the same as the bronzer. It might just be showing up as that, but I really don't think it is. What else do I want to do? We're gonna do my lips, and I'm using NYX Suede matte lip liner in Cold Brew. Okay, she mistake. No, yeah, I was supposed to like wear lip liner. I just freestyle it, and then I'm going to use MAC lip gloss. It's so nice in the shade Oh Baby, or in the color Oh Baby. And yeah, I really like chocolatey brown glitter. I'm just going to set my face again with powder. Let me set it. I'm setting it with Max Fix Plus Prep+Prime. I'll probably wash this off like in the next 1 hour, but I'm gonna just show y'all what's going on. Oh my god, you can see like, so I'm really hairy, and you can see like the hair on my face holding the product. For example, now we see the difference between the response of Breonna Taylor's murder and the response of Judge Floyd's murder. Breonna Taylor's murder is becoming like people are memifying it, if that's the word, and it's so unfair because her life, it wasn't a meme. Like, it shouldn't be seen as a meme. It's so sad. Like, they'll say blah 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 blah, arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor. Like, see it, people's captions, and it's like, this is so performative. Like, what are you doing? This woman was killed and you're turning it into like a catchphrase. Like, what is that? The cops that killed Breonna Taylor are still not I don't think they've been fired, or it's just one of them that has been at the time I'm making this video. It's just one of them that has been fired, whereas George Floyd's killers, the cops, what did they do to those ones? They put them in prison, but like they were out anyway, so it's like, what was that? What was the point? But anyways, I'm using my mascara. Sorry, I forgot to mention. It's Maybelline. I feel like everyone knows this one. It's the OG, man. I'm just using that on my lashes. No one's judging you. If it's too traumatic, we definitely get that. I definitely get that, man. I just hope like things get better from here. A good tip when you're doing your bottom lashes is to put your head down so you don't stain your skin like that. What was I saying? I've forgotten. And yeah, I really like this lip color, so I'm going to put more. You can also use a brow gel. I use Maybelline's mascara gel. It's called Brow Fast Sculpt. And I use that on my brows sometimes just to set it and to put it in place so it doesn't move, especially when you're like going out. No shaking, man. It stays put. I'm so proud. I really thought this was not going to bang, but it did. It did. And I'm not even done. What I like to do next is wear my lashes, and I got this from AliExpress. It's raining, so I'm just gonna do, all that's left is legit my lashes, and I'll show you guys how the finished look looks. So yeah, these are just stuff for you guys to think about moving forward. You know, I really encourage everyone to read Bell Hooks' book, Ain't I a Woman, so you can get more informed on these issues and you can speak about them, you know, with knowledge and understanding. Can you stick? The video of George Floyd's killing, I actually did not watch it because I knew it was going to be very, very triggering and traumatizing, so I just didn't watch it. But like, I feel like after everyone saw that, it definitely sparked something in us. Like, enough was actually enough. Like, seeing it so much, you're like, bro, is this ever going to end? I feel like that's when just people were just like, nah, this has to stop. And then the protests emerged, and I was so proud, man. Where everyone showed up. One last queen. Hopefully this looks good, because it's kind of like, not the makeup, I mean like the lighting, because it's really, really gloomy right now. Oh, I can't believe I'm gonna wash this off in the next hour or two. I was gonna take pictures today, but as you can see, I do not have the best lighting for that. I don't know if I like it with the lashes, but I mean, it looks good. What do you guys think? I'm going to pack up I achieved this look with no foundation, guys. Pay me.
I'll show you close up.
This is the finished look. What do you think? What do you people think? Let me know in the comment section below. I really like it. I like how chocolatey it is. I just wish the lighting was great so y'all can see it for what it really is. Oh, we were in OVO 416. I think this was Drake's postal code or something like that. Funny story about this shirt. It went around the family, man. First of all, my sister got it for my brother. He gave it to my mom. My mom kept it. She gave it to Ore. Ore kept it, and then I stole it from her. And that's on period. OBO, sign me. Sign me. Let me help you. Let me model for you. Not you. Thank you for watching. As usual, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and yeah, watch this video. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Like this video, share it if you think, you know, anyone would like to see it. That would be great. All right, thank you.